I wake up back there and my head's in there and I slide out, sit down right here, compose myself a little bit, and then I start the car and I drive up to the locker room, get a shower, shave, just, you know, start my day, start studying.
Fuck this place! Fuck it!
If you don't have credit, if you don't have a lot of money, like how hard it is to get a place.
Your parents, would they pay for an apartment here for you? Like if would they cover the cost?
No, they wouldn't.
So this is your walk to school every day?
Yeah.
From the vans?
Uh-huh.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. Humboldt State has a lot of perks to it, like beauty of the campus.
Jasmine is a 23-year-old college student at Humboldt State University. She's been living homeless amongst her peers for more than a year.
Do they know that you're homeless? Do they know that you know, don't have an apartment?
And yes, now. Because I tell people, because that's how you find out who else is going through that.
She's a senior majoring in kinesiology on a full-ride academic scholarship who carries what would be her bedroom closet on her shoulder.
It's just like kind of a struggle.
So show us what you got. You got your
I
gym?
got my running shoes, pants for the day, and some pants to run in.
And like toothbrush, like you have everything
Yeah,
in
that's
here?
all in my locker.
California's unaffordable housing crisis, combined with the rising costs of a college degree, is putting many students in a tough spot. At California State University, an estimated 50,000 students throughout the system are homeless.
Where do you keep your clothes?
My clothes are in the locker room. Yeah, so I have 2 lockers, one for my clean clothes and one for my dirty clothes. Yeah.
You have figured out a system of how to do this.
This is hacked out, for sure.
Nolan is a junior at Humboldt State, majoring in geology, but you'd never know that he's a homeless student torn between comfort and student debt.
Is this what you thought it was going to be like?
You know, I didn't really have a super solid plan. I just knew that I needed to get up here and start school. And living in my car I just felt the best option for me.
So on any given night, how many kids would you say are sleeping in the parking lot?
On an average night, probably like 3 or 4 that I know of.
Jasmine has furnished her van with many of the household goods she would want in her apartment if she had one.
I keep all my kitchen stuff in this container.
Can you pull that out a little bit?
And then I keep all my black beans containers here.
And your silverware?
Yeah, usually I just get silverware from the school, like the plasticware, because it's just so hard cleaning stuff. And so this is from the neighboring van.
Some people might look at this and say, this is wrong. It's wrong that students have to live like this at a California State University.
The school should help educate students on how to apply for housing. Make it a mandatory thing that students know how to apply for housing.
Why do you think there are so many homeless kids at the school?
At this particular school, it's the housing stock, Airbnb, and also the policies and practices of the property managers in the area. A majority of our students are coming up here with no structure or foundation for them to settle.
What about taking out loans to pay for rent? A lot of students, that's what they have to do. They take out loans, that pays for their living expenses.
I'm on a scholarship. The thing is like I've turned in all those applications, I paid all those fees, still didn't get any responses.
I don't want that financial burden, right, coming out of school and having to worry about that right away.
So it's like when you're feeding into the system and nothing gives you anything back, you know, what do you do then? You're kind of just screwed.
Up until about 6 months ago, there was no real support for off-campus housing.
The school appointed Shantae Cat to help students. She was a homeless college student herself when she first arrived 3 years ago, taking on $16,000 in debt.
Do you think that housing should be a right?
I really believe so, especially when we're trying to consider retention and giving people access to get out of economic issues and come out of first-generation college education.
Hundreds of miles away at California State University's Long Beach campus outside Los Angeles, 24-year-old Amani Moses was homeless for 7 months last year.
How did you do it? I mean, in a small car.
So I just put my sun visors up and I just sat in the back seat and I just curled up into a ball.
The university helped Imani by letting her stay in a dorm room for a month. But this campus only has 6 temporary beds allocated for emergency housing at a school with 37,000 students.
How many students do you think are going to need that every night? I mean, how many beds are you going to need?
I honestly think it's in the hundreds in terms of how many beds we're going to need.
The student body president says more needs to be done.
Students, in order to qualify to be placed into an emergency housing dorm, basically have to prove that they're having affordability issues and then exhaust all of their financial resources, which include FAFSA, financial aid, and basically loans. We're basically putting a student in debt at times to help them.
We asked the CSU Long Beach administration how many students seek emergency housing assistance. They said they don't know, but the numbers are significantly growing as awareness of their program has increased. Back at Humboldt, it's getting late, and across the parking lot, Nolan is getting ready for bed.
Hey, man.
Hey, Dan.
How you doing, Nolan?
Good.
Good.
What's up, man?
How was school?
School's good.
Yeah, good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
So this is
I
it?
got a lot done today. Yeah, this is it right here. Wow. This is actually a big deal because you're my first house guest, actually.
What do you see in the future for yourself?
Staying true to myself and being a well-rounded person too, but I'm focusing on becoming the best geologist I can be so I can be hireable, right, at the end of it all.
Nolan and Jasmine are far from alone, but any longer-term solution needs action from the local, state, and federal government, and from schools themselves to confront the problem.
You know what? I should go grab my burrito.
But for now, students face impossible choices between food and shelter, between a tough reality in the present and potentially unpayable debts in the future.